When you play Rocket League, do you find yourself wanting to hit shots like these? Are you constantly out of position, way too far back to do anything offensively for your teammates, basically just completely relying on them for everything and just collecting boost as you play? Do you find yourself constantly rattling your shots off the backboard, unable to hit the simplest of open nets? Let's fix that. Welcome to another video. I know that everyone sometimes goes through some serious offensive struggles, but in the long run, everyone can overcome them. Today, we're going to be giving you 5 tips for offense that'll help rank you up. Let's go! So tip number 1 is definitely going to be know where your teammates are and what they're doing. Try and look at each teammate as if they're you to help figure out what they're covering on the field. If you know what they're covering, your life becomes much easier. You know exactly where to position your car to 50 the ball into your teammate's zone, or how to pass somewhere your teammate can get to. This is equally important for you though, because your teammates need to know what you're doing as well. So stay in an area that your teammates can use you as an option. As you can see in this clip, Ranger and I knew exactly where we were, and he was actually able to use me for a pretty dope infield passing play against the opponents. So tip number 2 is don't hesitate. Hesitation can kill rotations, whole plays, 1v1 situations, and can ultimately lead you to getting scored on. It's better to send someone to challenge the ball as opposed to no one. Confidence is key. If you can be confident as you challenge the ball, you will absolutely rank up. Now, what's important to note is that this could lead to double commits, and that's okay because, like I said, it's better to send someone to challenge than no one. But keep in mind that you should still be looking for what your teammates are doing and always trying to get the ball either to them or use them for passing play, or put yourself in a position that they're able to respond to as far as your positioning is concerned. So don't just go flying wildly at the ball. That's not going to help anybody. You want to be confident in your decision to go if you know nobody else is challenging, things like that. That's when you want to challenge. So tip number 3 is zone coverage. You want to make sure you're filling gaps where your teammates are leaving holes in positioning. You and your teammates should be trying to cover as much of the field as possible. Now, Verge has an absolutely fantastic video on this that breaks down zone coverage for like 10 minutes. But to simplify it a bit, you and your teammates shouldn't be covering the same zone as each other. Pretty simple. Typically your team should be in the shape of a triangle in threes, which if you're looking at the blue team, you'll notice that we mostly stay in the shape of a triangle. And you should stay in separate zones of the field for twos. If you're watching the blue team again, you should see that in this twos clip, we have pretty good zone spacing, zone coverage. One person is always challenging the ball, another person is always ready for defense and the next hit. To sum all that up, really, just don't be riding your teammates' cheeks all the time, okay? Not that hard. So tip number 4 is about transitioning to offense, which really is 2 tips in 1, because in order to transition to offense properly, you'll need boost in the tank. So by it having 2 tips in 1, really transitioning to offense is also boost management. So make sure you're managing your boost. You should be ready at any moment to transition to offense. You could be on defense waiting to save a ball that's about to be fired onto your net, and you'll have to transition to offense because one of your amazing teammates made the best clear ever and started a counterattack, or perhaps that's you that started the counterattack, but either way, you'll need boost for that. So never be on 0 boost, like ever, and always be ready to transition to offense or defense, because it can happen at any time. Tip number 5 is option coverage. Always be predicting what your teammates or opponents will do with the ball. Try and cover where the ball will be next, because it's really important to know what options your opponents and teammates have, so you know how to position yourself to cover those options or start an attack from those options, hence option coverage. So talking about option coverage, I knew that my teammate was behind me, so I knew he had the option to take the ball basically however he wanted. He was able to gain a free possession, and he ended up taking it from the corner and setting his team up for a goal. But what's important is that the blue team didn't recognize that we had this option available to us, and we were able to capitalize on it. So knowing what your opponent's options are and what your teammates' options are both equally important when you're trying to rank up. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and also if you have any tips that you would like to share with anybody else that might be struggling with offense, go ahead and comment them down in the comment section below. If you want to start a conversation about what we've learned here, make sure you follow me on Twitch. I'll put the links in the description below. Have a great day.